Here is a question that haunts every new investor staring at a chart. Is this stock cheap right now or expensive? Not in terms of its business. We covered that in value analysis. Today we mean it in the technical sense, purely from the chart. Because even a stock in a beautiful uptrend does not climb in a straight line. It lurches up, pulls back, lurches up again. And learning to tell a cheap moment from an expensive one is how traders try to buy the dips instead of chasing the tops. Start with the simplest tool, one you already know: support and resistance. Remember, support is the floor where buyers keep stepping in, and resistance is the ceiling where sellers keep appearing. So in technical terms, a stock is relatively cheap when its price sinks down near a known support level, the floor, and relatively expensive when it stretches up near resistance, the ceiling. The instinct of a disciplined trader is the opposite of the crowd's. They get interested near the floor and cautious near the ceiling, while everyone else gets excited at the top and scared at the bottom. Now a more precise idea, and it is a beautifully human one: overbought and oversold. Picture a rubber band. When a price runs up too far, too fast, it becomes stretched like a rubber band pulled tight. Traders call this overbought, and an overbought stock is prone to snapping back down, at least a little. The reverse, when a price crashes too far too fast, leaves it oversold, stretched the other way, and prone to bouncing back up. This tendency for stretch prices to snap back toward their average has a name: mean reversion. The rubber band wants to return to its resting shape, but staring at a chart and guessing how stretched it is feels vague. So technical traders use a tool that puts a hard number on it, and it is the most famous one of its kind, the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. It was created by an engineer named J. Wells Wilderback in 1978. The RSI takes the price action and boils it down to a single number between 0 and 100. And it comes with two famous lines. When the RSI climbs above 70, the stock is considered overbought, stretched, and pricey. When it drops below 30, it is considered oversold, beaten down, and potentially cheap. Above 70, be careful. Below 30, perk up. So now you have a real toolkit for the cheap or expensive question. Where is the price relative to its support and resistance? And where is the RSI relative to 70 and 30? Near support with an RSI under 30 is the textbook picture of cheap. Near resistance with an RSI over 70 is the textbook picture of expensive. Suddenly, that vague gut feeling has some structure behind it. But now the warning, and it is the one that quietly destroys overconfident traders. Overbought does not mean it will fall, and oversold does not mean it will rise. There's a brutal saying for this: a market can stay overbought longer than you can stay solvent. A powerful, trending stock can sit in our SI of 80 for months and keep climbing the entire time, punishing everyone who shorted it for being expensive. And a collapsing stock can stay oversold all the way down to 0. These tools measure stretch. They do not set the timer for the snapback. They tilt the odds slightly. They never guarantee. And here is the bigger, kinder truth, the one this whole series keeps circling back to. All of this, the support levels, the RSI, the dips and tops, is the trader's game of timing. And timing is brutally hard. For the long-term investor, there is a saying that has made more people wealthy than any indicator ever did. Time in the market beats timing the market. The patient owner of a broad index fund who simply keeps buying month after month, ignoring whether today is technically cheap or expensive, has historically beaten the vast majority of clever traders trying to nail the perfect entry. So should you use these tools at all? If you're a long-term investor, you mostly do not need them, and obsessing over them can actually hurt you, scaring you out of good holdings or luring you into market timing you will lose at. But understanding them is still valuable because it tells you what the trading crowd is reacting to when a stock suddenly lurches. You can read the temperature of the room, even if you choose not to play their game. So look back at that haunting question: is this cheap or expensive? You now have a genuine technical answer. Check it against its floor and ceiling. Check its RSI against 70 and 30, and you will know whether the rubber band is stretched and which way. Just never forget the humbling footnote: a stretch band can stretch further, And for most people, simply staying invested beats forever trying to guess the perfect moment. I'll see you in the next one, where we meet the indicators traders watch most. Until then, keep it simple, and remember that time the market usually beats timing it.